Ain't no way I just want. Watch the spear. Oh, is that you with 5 points that just ran away? Bro, look at that damage! Oh my god! Yo, we got Vendra on our back line. Double kill. Double kill, dude. Triple kill. Quadra motherfucking kill. Get the fuck out of my lobby. You kids suck. Dude, God, bro, we're 1900. We are 1900. Get on one target. Get on one target.
I'm gonna support Shane.
Don't mind. Bibbler. Or RTB.
Hey, we got 3 more coming.
It's like 6. Wait, back off the paladin. Nighthawk.
I'm about to get focused. I got froze.
Nighthawk,
yeah.
not dead. We got another one here. Just Gino. Just Gino. He's weak. Bears?
Yeah, I'm on there.
Guardian here. Big damage on Lair.
Okay, I need a couple seconds on you.
Anti-heal on Lair. He's down. Alright, Brockle.
Cameron. Cameron's weak. Max get focused. I'm good. Five. They can't do shit to me, dude. They're fucking pussies, dude.
Alright, I'm on Cameron.
Shane, I got you. I see you.
Their whole guild just got wiped by a 6-man. It was legit like 20 of them, bro. Yo, what is good, you guys? Welcome to the video. Today I'm going to show you my newest Spear Dagger build. There's 2 variations of this build. One can be ran with 60 strength using Calazan, giving you more crit, and the other can be ran with 70 strength with Dark Slayers, giving you more HP and survivability. With both of these builds, I am running critical damage reduction rune synergies, critical damage reduction to pair with the damage reduction belt and the damage reduction cape. We are getting about 1,000 endurance, but when we main hand our spear, we are getting about 1,100 spear from the spear masteries. So typically you want to main hand spear with this build. You no longer want to main hand daggers. Daggers only for evasion main hand. So we're main handing spear, which not only does it look cool as fuck, it just gives us more survivability. Around 20k HP with the Calazan setup. With the Dark Slayer setups, we're like 23k HP. Really tanky with the Dark Slayer setup. It's a bit better when you have like those smaller arena fights and you're fighting a lot of Greatsword users, because your HP pool and your damage reduction will really help you when you're fighting those melee users. But if you want to fight a bit more squishier characters and you're only fighting, DPS, the Calazan daggers for nighttime PvP, it's just really good for bombing and nuking. However, both builds are insanely good because of the crit damage. It shows 29% crit damage on Dagger, but you honestly get more because it's not counting the Wrathful Edge passive, which is an extra 18%. It's only counting the 8% that's on the Dagger Masteries. Another thing that I want to show you guys, we're rocking mostly perception gear, hit here, dex and fortitude on the gloves just for like the attack speed. These gloves I think are one of the best in slot gloves because they give you most stats. They give you fortitude plus dex, and because we're going up to 30 fortitude for the extra endurance, these gloves really help us meet our thresholds, and they give us decent stats. Like I said, the dex helps us hit that 40 dex threshold. Yeah, just highlighting over the gear, you guys can see the runes. We're going for hit runes in the weapons. You can also use heavy attack, but I do like the extra hit because I do a lot of arena. But if you're not doing as much arena and you want to do more open world, I probably suggest heavy attack runes. The max health and the skill damage is obviously really good too. And then for the accessories, it's bind resistance hit max health, skill damage res heavy max health, crit chance max health, stun res max health, crit chance, hit chance, skill damage res max health. You guys kind of get the point. I'm going for majority strength rune synergies because this is more of a strength based setup because I have so much perception on my gear. So we want to have high HP, we want to have survivability. We really just want that extra heavy attack chance as well from the 50. But yeah, getting the 70 with the Darkslayer setup really gives us a lot more defense. That defense allows us more survivability, especially versus melee users. The melee range survivability is largely important. The high HP pool still helps versus magic users, but we also have a lot of magic range endurance. So overall, I would say the most balanced setup is the Darkslayers. It's just with the Cowazan daggers, you do have a good amount more damage. But I prefer the Darkslayer setup just for the balance because this is a definite magic range bruiser for large scale as well as arena. I was able to hit top 200 in the arena. I would show you guys if the servers weren't down for maintenance right now. I'm somewhere around 220, 210 on the 3v3 solo queue arena leaderboards with this build. I was playing Spellblade up until about 1800, but in order to get to 1900, I just had to swap over to Dagger Spear because Dagger Spear is just OP as shit. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you, you've seen my stats, you've seen my gear. Let me go ahead and show you a bit more about the build itself. So we're using skill specialization for Vicious Fury. We're using Explosive Fury. Javelin Surge, we're always using Hamstring. Javelin Inferno. For Shadow Strike, we are getting the extra bind duration because the bind duration is really important so that when you bind someone, you don't have to immediately CC because a lot of people will perfect block you if they're good. So what you can do is you can Shadow Strike maybe into a Flaming Arc, and then you can Abyss Cleave, or you can Shadow Strike Culling Arc into a Tempest Strike. Tempest Strike will knock down if the opponent is bound when you Tempest Strike, it'll knock them down. Abyss Cleave will stun them and it gives you more critical damage. You typically want to knock them down if you think they'll have their stone. If they don't have their stone, then typically you can Abyss Cleave into a Phoenix Barrage, which it says Cyclonic Fury, but it's actually spec'd for Phoenix Barrage, which will give you a lot more crit damage, which this crit damage on Abyss Cleave pairs very well with the overall 45 plus percent crit damage that's in this build. I think I have actually closer to 50% crit damage in game. Questlog a little bit off. It's kind of hard to calculate, but anyway, the crit damage on Abyss Cleave pairs extremely well, and the extra crit damage on Phoenix Barrage pairs really well. So if you Abyss Cleave into Phoenix Barrage, you just do insane crit damage with this build. It basically brings your crit damage closer to 70-75%, somewhere around there, and you chunk people with this Abyss Cleave. Phoenix Barrage combo with this build setup. Other things, just Explosive Fury and the Javelin Surge in the balls when you see clumps of 3 or 4 does insanely good damage. You can also Abyss Cleave into Javelin Surge. If you see them clumped and they're all 3 on top of each other, you can Abyss Cleave. This is an AoE CC into Javelin Surge. It does work. It's not better than Phoenix Mirage, but it does work if they're tightly clumped. In that situation, it is better. But yeah, Unyielding Sentinel when you are like low HP, and it's gonna give you a shield, which is gonna allow you to survive a little bit longer. You typically don't want to use Unyielding Sentinel if you have a chance of dying. You can start the fight with it for the heavy attack bonus, but if you have a chance of dying, you want to save it until you're close to dying. That way you have a little bit extra of an HP pool, and it'll be harder for your opponent to kill you, as most likely they will have wasted most of their major cooldowns. And when they have this the shield, it's going to be harder for them to take it off if they don't have a lot of skills to use. We are using Inject Venom because we are not targeting tanks with this build. We are targeting magic range users, and Lightning Infusion is typically better at targeting endurance users. Typically, the people we are targeting are squishy, and they may have staggers, so the Inject Venom paired with the burning from Ignite, and the poison from Inject Venom allows damage over time, which will kill a lot of users in stealth when you are stacking your damage over time. Rising Slash into Javelin and Surge is a really good combo, because when you Rising Slash and you're Javelin and Surge, or if you already have Explosive Fury, Rising Slash, Javelin Surge, once you finish your Javelin Surge, you can finish the Rising Slash. This will explode your Ignite stacks, and your Ignite stacks will do massive damage with Rising Slash. This is a really good combination to catch running opponents or catch kiting opponents while slowing them with Hamstring. Also, you have another slow from knife throwing. You typically want to knife throw at the beginning of a fight, and when someone is low HP, you do it at the beginning of the fight so that they're not getting too much heals, and you do it when they're low HP to secure the kill. You can also utilize the slow that's on knife throwing as well as the slow that's on Javelin Surge. This build has a lot of synergy with its skills. As you see, the heavy attack, the crit damage is insanely good. Another thing to note is that when you're playing open world, Assassin Step is insanely good. One thing you can do is just take off. I like taking off Malice Surge because these other DPS passives are just a little too good to pass up. But Malice Surge, based on you getting hit, if you don't get hit, then you're not really utilizing this, and it's only a 5% chance. So when you're playing open world, I advise that you take off Malice Surge for Assassin Step. You can also do this in Arena if you have insane mana problems, but I will say this setup for Spear Dagger does have the best mana regen for the class, because you're using mostly mana regen gear. But if you still have mana regen problems because you're using your javelins a lot, then Assassin Step over Malice Surge, just for the extra movement speed and mana regen. But like I said, we do have really good mana regen just because we have double mana regen on our pants, mana regen on our Band Universal Power, mana regen on Class of the Conqueror. You guys get the point. We're stacking a very good amount of mana regen. Alright, that is the build, you guys. And just as a side note, I am running a guild on Castles and Server. So if those of you who are my friends, my family, and supporters, if you would like to play with the homie, we are accepting veteran players. We are also teaching new players the game. I think the best way for the current state of the game is to really keep a tight-knit community, a community that's good vibes, to really try and combat these Zerg guilds. These Zerg guilds are kind of ruining server balance. So at the moment, I don't really want to join a top guild. I'm still trying to pursue the idea of creating an environment to teach new players while also being competitive. So we are Boonstone Warring, Riftstone Warring, off cooldown. We're also participating in war games. If you would like to participate in any guild activity, please hit me up on Discord at Assure Soul, or drop a comment below with your Discord name, and I'll make sure to add you. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, you guys. Peace and love.